Hi Aquarius, welcome back to the Astrology 33 channel. This is your September 2024 tarot reading. Thank you to those of you who've liked, viewed, shared, and subscribed to the channel. I appreciate all of that. And for those of you new to the channel, sort of up me in front of us, the Celtic cross spread as always, and also pulled a Wisdom of the Oracle and Four Agreements card for you guys. We're actually going to start the reading off by rolling those astrology eyes in front of us to get an idea of where you folks should be as far as that goes. Right, we have Capricorn. So Capricorn's actually your 12th house, and 12th house points to spirituality, blind spots, mental health, and of course, right at the start of September, we have Pluto moving out of your sign back into Capricorn. So that could be what's bringing that energy out for you guys. We have 8 and 8th house energy for you guys is Virgo. So of course, makes sense to see this come up too, because for the first few weeks of September, we'll be in Virgo season. We'll have Mercury there until I think from the 9th to the 26th, it'll be in Virgo. What else? Obviously, there'll be a new moon in Virgo as well, so definitely quite a bit of energy going on in your 8th house. And we have the moon. So at the time of recording this, we haven't had that full moon in your sign just yet, but that's going to be pretty intense. And then when we actually get into the month of September, we're going to have a new moon in Virgo, and then there will be an actual eclipse, full moon eclipse in Pisces. So definitely be on the lookout for those lunar cycles this month, because they could have significance for you. All right, so with all that out of the way, we'll get started. All right, in the main situation position, we have the World, and challenging that, we have the Three of Cups. So what I'm seeing with this could just be saying that you completed a significant karmic cycle recently, and with the Three of Cups in the challenge position, could just be saying that you might not have really had the time to actually appreciate that success and that completion. So it could just be one of those things where maybe for some of you haven't really realized that you came to that point of completion yet, and maybe that's why you haven't been able to celebrate it yet. Or for others, you could just be saying that, you're just so wrapped up in other things that you haven't had the time to actually appreciate that success just yet. All right, in the foundation position, we have the 10 of Wands, Sagittarius energy. So yeah, for some of you, let's say if this was a big time job promotion or something like that, right? So it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, on the one hand, you would like to celebrate it, but now maybe there's a lot of responsibility that comes with that, especially as you adjust to, just the day-to-day of doing that new job, right? So it could just be one of those things where like, I'd like to get out and celebrate, but here I am, trying to adjust to this new position. So it could just be how it's playing out for some of you. All right, in the past position, we have the 7 of Swords. So this is Aquarius energy here. So yeah, for some of you with that World card, it could just be saying that you overcame some significant setback, right? So for some of you, maybe you were deceived in some kind of way. Now, to be fair, given that this is Aquarius energy, you could even just be saying, so just to give you a generic example, like we said, going with the job theme, right? Maybe this was you overpromising what you're willing to do for the job, right? So, maybe you're like, oh yeah, I'm totally willing to work overtime, right? And then you get the position, you have that moment where I guess I'm happy I secured this position. It was what I really wanted. And then they're just throwing overtime at you all the time. You're like, okay, like, all right. Maybe I misspoke there, right? Like I didn't realize they were going to take it that far. All right. In the present position, we have the 5 of Cups. So yeah, for some of you, maybe there's actually even looking back on that 3 of Cups energy, right? Because we see the 3 of Cups in the challenge here, and now we see 3 of the 5 Cups in this card spilled. So it could just be one of those things where you're realizing, like, man, what did I sign up for, right? It's one of those things where it's like, on the one hand, you really wanted this thing. Now that you have it, you're coming to the realization that some of the other things that you might have been able to do on a regular basis are kind of falling by the wayside because you just won't have the time for them anymore. All right, and in your future position, we have the Magician. So this is definitely a good thing to see here, because to me, the way I see this is this new reality that you're in, I feel like this is saying that you will adjust to it soon. So right now you might feel like, oh man, what did I get myself into, right? I feel like this is saying in the near future, like I was saying with that Ten of Wands, you're like, oh, whoa, now I have all this new responsibility I need to carry with me, right? I feel like this is saying that soon you'll finally get the hang of it, and then you're like, okay, now I'm able to maybe incorporate those other areas of my life. Now that I'm getting the hang of things. So I feel like this is saying, if you are feeling a little bit overwhelmed initially, try not to freak out. All right, in the position of your influence in the situation, we have Temperance. So yeah, Sagittarius energy here. And this is what I was feeling too, which, the Temperance energy is about balance to an extent. So I feel like that's primarily what it is. You reach this big completion, right? So like I said, the most practical example that comes to mind is maybe you got some kind of big promotion at work, right? But it could be other things as well. Just maybe completing a certification, graduating from school, whatever the case may be, right? But now it's like, okay, now that you reach that level, now you have to adjust to that new reality. And I feel like this is saying you guys getting the hang of things to where, like, okay, I can manage this, right? I'm getting more familiar with how to do it, maximize my time, and still be able to enjoy other areas of life as well. Right, in the environment position, we have the Nine of Cups. So yeah, this is Pisces energy here. And to me, it says, well, actually, this could even just be pointing to, like I mentioned, that there's going to be that Pisces full moon eclipse in September. So it could just be pointing to that timeline. It says that by the time the Pisces full moon comes along, you'll be feeling a little bit more adjusted. Like, okay, finally getting the hang of things. Now I could actually enjoy the success. Right, in the hopes or fears position, we have the Death card. So yeah, for me, this is saying that, especially like we were talking about the Seven of Swords energy, for those of you who did receive some kind of external deception, right? It could just be saying that you're hoping to put that to bed. You're like, okay, now that I've reached this point of completion, hopefully this is finally fully behind me, and it's not going to keep coming back around. And if that's the case, from what I'm seeing, looks like that would be how it works. And in the outcome position, we have the Two of Wands. So yeah, Aries energy here. So yeah, to me, this says ultimately you finally start to feel free. And this could even just be pointing to yet another timeline, which would say when we get to the Aries full moon, which would happen in October. So yeah, could just be saying that as we navigate through the next month and a half or so, you're going to feel like, okay, things might have been overwhelming for a little bit, right, with that Ten of Wands in the foundation, but you're going to start to get the hang of things. Things will finally start to click. And you're like, okay, now I feel like I'm returned more to normal, and then you're able to even take on new things from there. All right, bottom of the deck, we have the Seven of Pentacles. So yeah, again, it could just be one of those things where you might feel like the risk-reward thing is out of balance, right? Where you're like, okay, I feel like I'm giving a lot here, but I'm not necessarily getting back. But again, especially seeing the Six of Pentacles right beneath it, I feel like it's saying that, yeah, it's just one of those things where it's going to be a bit of a adjustment, but it looks like you'll get the hang of it soon, and you'll feel like things are a lot more balanced soon. All right, moving on to your Four Agreements card, we have Don't Make Assumptions. It says eliminate gossip. Right, it says making assumptions is a setup for suffering because usually we gossip about our assumptions. We make assumptions and believe we are right, then we defend our assumptions and try to make others wrong. It's an interesting message there. Definitely sounds like a good message to keep in mind for Mercury retrograde. And at the time of recording this, we are still in Mercury retrograde. It'll be clearing through September, but hopefully that resonated with you guys. All right, and from the Wisdom Oracle, we have a change in the wind. There's the artwork, and number's 12, so we'll see what this has to say. All right, essential meanings says a sense that unseen change has been initiated, preparation for a storm, awareness that your plans are not on firm ground, feeling a shift, uncertainty about which direction the winds will blow. The Oracle's message: it's human nature to yearn for certainty and resist change, to want the world to remain consistent like a zebra's stripes. Yet nothing in human experience is black and white, nor will anything remain static. The one thing guaranteed is change. Now is a time of transformation, as outer conditions are temporarily moving out of sync with your desires and expectations. Stay the course and remember that even storms serve to clear the air, scatter seeds, and nourish the soil for better things ahead. Life is about to get interesting. Anticipate it with curiosity as you wonder what is coming in on the shifting winds. The unknown is where the magic lies. So yeah, definitely a positive message there. It seems to support what we were talking about with the main spread too. As far as it said, outer conditions are temporarily moving out of sync with your desires and expectations, which is like I said, where maybe you get this achievement and you're like excited about it, but then the reality sets in. You're like, whoa, this is a bit overwhelming here, right? But like I said, it seems like you get the hang of it rather quickly, and that's what this message seemed to point to as well. All right, the relationship message says relationships go through periods where partners seem out of sync with each other and stormy emotions and moods threaten to take down the ship. Perhaps someone has a change of heart and leaves. These rough seas offer opportunities for mutual growth, a way for you to understand your own heart better, and to know what you need to truly be happy. Rest assured that whatever is happening now, good will come from it. Take temporary shelter and remove yourself from drama. The air will clear and everything will be fresh and new again. This too shall pass. So yeah, I could see this playing out in a relationship context too. So let's say this is you guys, taking your relationship to the next level, right? And then all of a sudden it might start to feel like a burden initially because you're like, whoa, okay, now this is really locked in. So we think of the Three of Cups as, going out with your friends and celebrating, doing this, that, and the other. Now, like, whoa, okay, now I have to put more energy toward the connection. But I feel like this is saying even with that, you'll feel like a natural adjustment period, and then things will improve. All right, the prosperity message says, as you endeavor to create a prosperous life, you may encounter unexpected reversals that cause you to shift directions. This is a good thing, so there is nothing to fear. Perhaps an opportunity you sought went to someone else. Perhaps you've pursued something that you suddenly realize is not in your highest good. You might not be 100% clear on where you need to go, but you are certain that things are not going as planned. Circumstances are not in your control right now. Wait it out. All be well, even better, actually. Trust. So yeah, those last few sentences there. Circumstances are not in your control right now. Wait it out. All be well. Right? To me, like I said, that seems to point to an adjustment period as well. So yeah, like I said, it's one of those things where it seems like you achieve a goal that you wanted for a while. Then in that moment, it seems like you freak out for a little bit because you're like, whoa, okay, now this is leading me to have to throw some other things to the side in the meantime. But then, like I said, it looks like you will get the hang of it eventually. And you're like, all right, cool. Now I'm in the flow. Now I could jump back into embracing some of these other areas of life as well. So, hope that resonated with you guys. I'll wrap up there. I'll see you all next month. All right, bye.